Hello again. Welcome to Fasting and Cantin Ketogenic Diet for Type 1 Diabetes. My name is Catherine Witherell, and I've been Type 1 diabetic for about 5 years now. And this is the video on day 4 of my water fast. I just want to talk a little bit about why I think fasting and then ketogenic, especially Paleolithic ketogenic diet, could possibly be part of a cure for type 1 diabetes. For one thing, a ketogenic diet works with about a third of epileptic children. If they stay on the diet very faithfully for 3 years, they can be cured and they don't need any more meds. They can go off of the diet and they're completely cured with no more seizures. Another third have seen a drastic reduction in their seizures. And it's possible that if they tried the Cantin version of the ketogenic diet, which eliminates dairy and red meat and a few other potential allergens, that maybe even more epileptic children could be cured as well. It has cured Elaine Cantin's cancer and many others. It has eliminated the need for insulin in some type 1 diabetics, so it remains to be seen if they can actually be completely cured and go back to a normal diet, or if they need to stay on the diet in order to keep perfect blood sugars and do it without insulin or any other meds. That's one of the things that I want to find out in my journey. I think type 1 is also possibly, even probably curable based on several studies in diabetic rats. They gave them different supplements. Some of the supplements they gave them was curcumin from turmeric, or arginine or berberine, and those two I'd never heard of before. But it's all those three things. It stimulated beta cell regeneration, and the beta cells are what produce the insulin. So the beta cells were killed off because of the autoimmune reaction that caused the diabetes. But these different supplements, curcumin, arginine, and berberine, actually stimulated the beta cell regeneration to recreate those beta cells. So those are some reasons that I think it may possibly be a possibility to cure type 1 diabetes. And I'm going to be my own N=1 experiment and see if it works for me. So I forgot the last video to give you my weight and my blood sugar readings. So my weight at the beginning was about 132.4. I say about because I forgot to weigh myself that day. It was a super busy day and I fasted, but I hadn't weighed myself at all. The next day I was 131.4, and I've always lost at least 1 pound at the beginning of a fast. So I'm going to guess I was 132.4 at the beginning. Today I was 126.4. So that's a total of, what is that, 6 pounds lost in just 4 days. So that's encouraging. I'm not doing this primarily for weight loss, but it would be a good side effect, I think. Also, my blood sugars so far have been perfect. They were a little bit higher than I wanted to see them. They were ranging, well, let's see, the lowest was 85, the highest was 121, with an average of 105. Most of them were in the 100s. But I read in Elaine Cantin's book, which is right here. You can see her book, The Cantin Ketogenic Diet. I read in her book that there are these special drops that you can put in water to change the pH of the water to more alkaline rather than acidic, and that this is known to reduce blood sugar in diabetics. I had never heard of such a thing. You can also get some big expensive machines to alkalize all of the water in your house. Those are around $1,000. I didn't have $1,000 to try an experiment, so I bought some drops. I can't remember how much they were. I want to say $15. I don't know. But very affordable. I bought Alkaline drops. And the directions say to put 4 drops in an 8-ounce glass of water. I put 6 drops, and within an hour, I saw a drop in my blood sugars. My blood sugar on the first day of the fast, the very first blood sugar in the morning was 85, and I think I still had a little bit of insulin on board from the night before. After that, I haven't seen any numbers in the 80s. The lowest other than that was 92. Most of them, as I said, were in the low 100s. I'd prefer to be in the 80s. So anyway, I took these drops. Within an hour, my blood sugar dropped to about 90. I took 2 different readings. The first reading was, I think, 93, and the second reading was 86. So a little bit of fluctuation just based on meter error. So I'm going to say 90. That's the lowest my blood sugar has been this entire fast. And that's after taking 6 drops in an 8-ounce glass of water, and I took 2 of those, so 16 ounces, and 12 drops. And then I drank some more. I can't remember if I took 1 glass or 2, so either 8 ounces or 16 ounces more of this water. Same number of drops, and my blood sugar was 83. And I actually took it twice. I think the first one was 84 and the second was 81. So I'll just say 83. And I was super happy about that. And then I took my blood sugar again about another hour later, and it was 78, and that was after drinking another glass. So I'm convinced that these work. I know it's kind of a small sample size, so I'll go back and forth. I'll try it some more. I'll go off it for a couple days and see if I can see a clear pattern with blood sugars rising if I don't drink the ionized water or the alkalized water. And if I see, a rise if I'm not taking it, or a drop if I am taking it. I am also drinking, we have a well, so we're in a neighborhood, but it's an older neighborhood, and everyone here has a well, so it's well water, which is great. It doesn't have a lot of the bad stuff that they put in city water, which is nice. I don't have any kind of water purifier, so I'm sure it's not perfect, but I think it's still better than a lot of, Brita filter purified city water. So that's what I'm drinking. It tastes great. The drops don't make the water taste any different, at least the number of drops that I'm putting in it, which is nice. So I want to talk a little bit about my fast. Oh, also, I haven't been taking any insulin. I want to make sure that's clear. All these blood sugars while I'm fasting, it's not just fasting, it's no insulin at all, which is nice. It gives my body a rest from being poked several times a day. During my fast, my energy so far has been normal. Today is day 4 of my fast. I'm definitely feeling the cold. Everyone that fasts, water fasts, feels cold. I guess your body temperature drops. I'm not sure why that is, but that kind of set in today. So I've been bundled up today. I've been sleeping great. I've been going to bed around anywhere from 9:30 to 11 and waking up between like 5:45 and 6:30 every day, which is really nice. So I've been up before the kids every day and ready to meet them when they wake up instead of them waking me up and me feeling groggy and like, oh, all right, fine, I'll get up. So that's been good. I've been hungry, obviously, but no more than a normal person eating if they skipped a meal or 2 would feel hungry. So it hasn't been, unbearable. It's not like this gnawing, like, oh, give me food, I can't take this anymore. So it's been pretty good overall. I keep myself distracted. That helps too. Keep drinking water. That can fill your belly for a little bit. I test my blood sugar. You can test ketones, especially if you're not diabetic and you want to fast. It's good to test the ketones just to remind yourself what you're doing and that it's working, that you're in ketosis. You can weigh yourself, remind yourself that the weight loss feels good. Whatever helps you for whatever reason you're fasting. I like to watch fasting videos or research supplements. And obviously, just getting things done around the house or playing with the kids. All of that can help keep you distracted during a fast. So anyway, I think that's about it. I just want to mention again Elaine Cantin's book, The Cantin Ketogenic Diet. The full title is The Cantin Ketogenic Diet for Cancer, Type 1 and 2 Diabetes, Epilepsy, and Other Ailments. So that's this book. I can't recommend it highly enough. She was the one that told me about these drops, and they're definitely working for me so far. So I'd highly recommend that. Her website is elainecantin.com. That's Elaine, Elaine, and then Cantin, Cantin. Tin.com. And also she's on Facebook. She's got a great group on Facebook where you can actually ask her questions and get feedback from other people in the group that are doing the same diet or something similar, whether it's for cancer or for type 1 diabetes usually. And that the name of her Facebook group is Elaine's Alternative Tips for Cancer, Type 1 Diabetes, and Other Ailments. So if you search just Elaine's Alternative Tips, you'll probably see it there. And it's great that it's a group. It's not just a like button, so you can post, you can ask questions, you can read other people's posts. So that's a really great group to be a part of. I forgot, I was going to actually test my blood sugar right now. So I've got my little meter here. I'm going to go ahead and test my blood sugar. I washed my hands before I started this video to make sure there's no sugar or anything of any kind on my hands. I have been baking. Not for me, for my family, and yes, I do cook for my husband and my kids while on my fast. So I'm going to test my blood sugar here. I haven't had any of the pH water in a little bit, so we'll see if that makes any difference. And I'm 79, so it's still, I don't know if you can see that, but it says 79. So that's really good for me. Some people might freak out about a 70 reading. I don't freak out unless it's in the 50s. Even 60s is okay with me. It's not something I shoot for, but if I'm, 65 and I don't feel any low blood sugar effects, I certainly don't correct for it. So I'm not going to aggressively take more of the alkalized water to try to get myself lower, but I think that's a really good reading. It makes me really happy because I wanted to be in the low, 80s or 70s instead of the 110s like I've been for most of the time. So I think this is definitely working, and this is a great book. Buy it, read it, and go to our Facebook group and become a part of it. So anyway, that's day 4. I will check back in with you in a day or two and let you know how things are going from there. Thanks so much.